How much do you think in a day in reality? How much of the information do you gather because you're scrolling on social media or the internet? How much do you literally wake up and smell the flowers instead of looking at your phone first thing in the morning? How much influence do the hearsay absorb to what you believe in? Are you living the moment or you have the idea how time passes by in front of your screen? What's your reality? Welcome to Human Thesaurus Presents Epitome Anatomy. My name is Wish, and I talk about something, somehow, to dissect a word relevant from my life to yours. Ready for the epitome of IRL? Let's go. Our keyword is IRL. It is an abbreviation of in real life. According to Grammarly, IRL is when we're talking about our normal everyday life and not the digital lives we lead online. The phrase IRL emerged in the early days of the internet when people saw a need to distinguish things that were happening online from things that were happening offline. As people found ways to present an alternate picture of themselves online, IRL became a shorthand for distinguishing between how things appear online and how they are in reality. This is another loaded episode. I've been thinking about this the past few weeks, but I've been really busy. But I am trying to kind of package this to bring to you in a nutshell. I've been noticing this topic of reality, like in real life, since I'm using social media lesser and lesser every day. I get one major topic on my feed nowadays. It's about being present IRL and such. One time, just recently, a quote from the Breaking Bad star Aaron Paul at WSJ Tech Live. It's like a little clip of him telling everyone about giving his kids a promise of not using his phone in front of them anymore. And they were so happy about it. Or also the bean soup theory from at Tiffany.jmarie regarding pretty much in a nutshell, what about isms on social media, making everything about them, every single post, they think that it's about them. Or also just yesterday, my best friend Anne forwarding me a quote about Gen X and millennial. They don't know whether it's this generational thing about experiencing non-digital life and now the digital life as well, and grieving for a slower, more reality-based life because it's too fast for them. It's getting to be too much. There are too many things to unpack here. It's quite a very broad kind of topic, but at the same time, it still needs to be said. And I'm trying to kind of put them into one perspective for now. And I could probably do more episodes when it comes to this. It's about humanity online, right? Online, and how does this affect us offline? So I'll try to keep this episode as simple as I can so I could open this can of worms a little bit. Probably I'm just going to wrap this episode about my irks about people in relation to IRL or people not living IRL. I have this little list here. One is the desire to get validation addiction from strangers. I think a lot of depression and a lot of people are unhappy with their lives. And it becomes also to the point of being dangerous to themselves or others because everybody thinks that the number of likes or the number of views that you get online is as valuable as who you are as a person, IRL. So I think these validation from strangers that you don't know seems to be highly sought by a lot of people, not realizing that is very unhealthy. It's sad. I'm gonna make it simple as that. I just feel sad for people who would go online to get validation from others that they don't even know. Sometimes they even crave for the negativity online to justify their insecurities offline. That's really unhealthy. All the gazes and the eras and what do you call it? The influencer accent, all of these. It's just being a sheep amongst the herd and still trying to have this behavior to think, pick me, like me. And who the fuck are these people, right? Who fucking cares? I just wish that some people would realize how beautiful they are or how unique they are and they could just present themselves and don't care about the external output versus the way they need to build confidence internally. But of course, that's not the reality, but I'm just putting it out there because I'm probably offending a lot of people right now. Okay, moving on. I also listed here what irks me about people. All topics are too internalized to tailor fit them. Again, it's the bean soup theory, wherein when someone just posted a bean soup, making bean soup, and everybody jumps into the comments saying that I don't eat beans, I don't like beans. Can you use something else and whatever? It's like that person is just showing how she cook her bean soup. Not everything is about you. Not everything evolves around you. I miss those days wherein you post these things, you post an ubiquitous ice cream that you got from nowhere. Nobody knows where it came from, but it's your own joy and you're just sharing it with your friends or you're sharing it with your minuscule followers. And that's okay. But we've gone so far from being like that nowadays. Everything is so intentional. Every single scroll is, how does that affect me? Everything is about me. How does this relate to me? Like, not everything should relate about you. You're not omnipresent for every single thing, that has to do with you. It doesn't. The next irk that I have about people is the cowardice to say things online that you won't ever have the courage to say to anyone in real life. There are a lot of people. That's why I kind of veered away a little bit more. I don't really scroll too much, especially nowadays. I only have a handful of posts and I try to curate the algorithm as much as I can for me not to have any stray random posts that I see on my feed. It's because it's getting worse that there's so many cowards out there that would attack anyone who's got sometimes the most simple post that was just random or normal in real life, or it's really something that's non-dramatic and everybody would attack the poster about something, about what they see in the background, about how they talk, about their appearance and all of these. There are so many fucking cowards that would say hurtful things to people. Get off your fucking phone and go somewhere else and live a different life. Most of these people are hurt. So they hurt other people. They inflict pain online. Why? Because there are no repercussions. They don't need to be accountable to the things that they're saying. And that's bad. To put it very simply, that's horrendous. These are the things that probably most of us should think of. If it's getting too negative for us, if looking at our phones on social media would make you feel negative or bad, or it ruins your entire day, probably you need to get off it. Because what? You're not really missing anything. Actually, what you're missing is the real world. the real world probably would have people would shut the fuck up and they won't say everything that's on their mind. They would curate it and whatever, but that's humanity for you in real life. It's a wild west out there on social media. In real life, yes, there are Karens, there are annoying people, there are people who are unhinged, but at the same time, there's a balance there. It's just not online. We see so many negative things that we think that the world is so fucked up. It is in a way, but there are still lots of good out there. It's just if you don't go out there, walk out there, you wouldn't really know that. Even online, you have to make a conscious decision to look for these good news. If not, you're not going to find them. You really just need to look for them. And next, the doom scrolling. And the doom scrollers, we've all been here. Most of us, I think all of us had dug a lot of rabbit holes looking into a topic and we get into deep look at everything and then in the end it gets us depressed or even enlightened in a good way or in a bad way. So this doom scrolling, sometimes we don't really need to know too much of nothing. Yes, it's very important that we research and we know things and we keep on learning throughout the course of our lives. It's a very healthy thing to do. But sometimes doom scrolling is about nothing, about something that would not even have to apply to us. It's mostly rubbernecking or really it's just sense of dread all the time. Yes, there are things that are dreadful in this world right now. But again, how would you balance that? How would you balance that to take care of your mental well-being? How much of that doom scrolling will make you either take action and be part of the solution instead of being part of the problem? Or are you just getting yourself educated and it will strengthen your knowledge about something? But most of these doom scrolls are shit. So yeah, be mindful just to save yourself out of this doom scroll. And then the next would be the overconsumption. This is becoming a little bit more prominent because, the tariffs and the trade and the wars and climate change and all of these factors. And social media is inflicting more wounds to all of us when it comes to need versus want. There is so much overconsumption nowadays. It's crazy. We're harming the earth and most of them, they don't really make sense. Like, how many labubus do you really need? How many eyelashes would you really, really need in your entire lifetime? How much makeup do you really use? Well, I'm guilty of trying a lot of makeup because it's fun for me. But when you consume, is it really that it's your joy and you have a budget for it? Or you're just doing it because of an audience online because you want to do unboxing or you want to show off that you're well off, but you're not in real life? Again, it's just striking a balance, right? But there's so much overconsumption over there. It's like, oh, come with me shopping at XXX and YYY. I bought 10 different colors of nail polish that you use in your eyes. Something like that. It's like, oh, come with me with my $30 toenail clippings from a movie star. Like, oh gosh, come on, give yourself a break. There are better ways to earn and to spend that money. So really, there's so much overconsumption. It's crazy. Everything that you see, the ads, it's like you're just looking. It's like, oh, what is that woman online wearing? Oh, let me check that out without any intentions of buying it. And then your entire feed is just full of that after you Googled it. It's greedy as fuck. It's so shallow. Oh gosh. Wow. Okay, next. This is gonna offend, but I don't give a shit. If you have the whataboutism or if you get hit by these things that I'm saying, then you're guilty. The frozen faces, the beauty communities, the toxic beauty communities, the fat shamers, the skewed standards of beauty that everybody looks the same and looks plasticky and no forehead is expressive anymore. Like, what the hell is that? Aging gracefully does not mean that you need a baboon lips and immovable face. Okay, if you're happy with it, go ahead. That's fine. But everybody's looking the same now. I miss this age where we are all unique by ourselves, and some people would do some work like a little nose job, a little boob job here, and it's being kept private. It's like, okay, their joy, fine, no problem. But now it's so generalized and it's like so needed that it's sad to see. But that's the impression. If you're overexposed looking online on social media, this is what you see. But lately, when I'm walking down the street, just doing my groceries or just literally just going from A to B, walking, I look at people's faces. More often than not, they all look unique to me. They're all natural beauties, men and women and everyone, all humans walking around in their daily lives, carrying on. They're all beautiful. They're all natural, different ages, different smiles, different frowns, different worries, different worry lines, different smile lines, different ethnicities, different colors. It's wow. So I'm just happy to go back there. I normally don't look to people's faces when I'm walking. It's like I'm always on a survival mode. I think it's just my default trying to, protect myself as a woman in public. But, recently I've been looking more into people's faces IRL because I really just wanted a little dose of reality. And really, more often, there are more people out there who never touched their face, probably had a tiny Botox here and there or in their 60s. But if you see out there young women and men and gay people, they're just walking as normal. They've got unique beauties. Beautiful. So I'm just going to negate myself here that what irks me are the frozen faces and the toxic beauty communities. What I needed to stop myself from saying this, although I need to kind of tell you that it irks me, but I have to correct myself. Recently, just the past 2 weeks of walking in London and walking in Manila and walking in Singapore, it brought me back to this reality that not everybody has frozen faces or a bleak view of what beauty is about. It's just all in the media. You know what I'm saying? Do you get this? Just go out there, have a jog, have a walk, and look around people's faces. They're not plastic. Around 99% of people out there are not plastic. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. So the last thing, well, it's not really the last thing, but it's just on my list for now for this episode. What irks me about people is the polarization of everything. Everything, all opinions are questioned and polarized because of again, like people behind their screens are just blurting out nonsense because there's no accountability. Nobody's gonna get jailed. So they will say all bullshit in their minds, the sickest things, because they know that nobody can catch them, nobody can cancel them. They're just coward like that. But if you see them in real life, ask them what they think, they will never ever say it. Only rare, confident people would do that in real life. When it comes to as simple as the apple is red, and then other people's like, there are green apples too. It's like, oh yeah, and there's green and red, and oh, I saw a purple apple, and then younger people or impressionable people would think, oh gosh, there really a purple glowy apple there? So instead of just knowing what's simple, we complicate and convolute things to polarize people and make them either A, not have an opinion, or number two, have a skewed sense of reality. Horrendous. Anyway, I could go on, and this will keep popping up again on my podcast. because there's so much more to what irks me about people. And I think it will be great for me to keep on trying to touch grass and look at reality better, because I was part of the problem. I was in the tech business, and I was in the business of the beginnings of social media, how to get people addicted and all of these. I was part of that problem. And I could see that now, how it affects us and how we're overusing or overconsuming this form of media. Ultimately, there's only one person who could touch grass and wake up and smell the flowers or go out and smell fresh air. You. Please get off that phone once in a while. Go out, look at people's faces, or scream, or just do something without your phone. There's a world, there's a better sense of world out there that will form your own opinion. Opinion that is not influenced by anyone but your observation of the real life out there. I think it's just important. You balance your online life with your real life. Sometimes real life is painful. That's why there's a lot of escapism that is being seen. That's why everybody's chronically online. But I think that's part of it, right? Part of the human experience is feeling the fear, feeling hurt, feeling the pain, and feeling the joy and the resolve and the happiness and the depression, everything. And hopefully that will create more relationships for us. Real relationships, IRL. So what's your online to real life balance that you have? When was the last time you encountered reality, whether it hurts or not? And most importantly, what is reality for you? Please share your views with me while you go out and get some fresh air if available. Until next time, ciao. Human Thesaurus podcast is produced by me and Jeremiah Ronquillo. All rights reserved via Whoosh Bliss Media.